Hi, and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today, we continue with our G-Shock buying guide, and this time with square G-Shocks, which, next to the 6900 I covered in the last video, are among the most recognizable watches out there. Which is natural as this model lineup has stayed virtually unchanged looks-wise for 35 years, ever since 1983 and the first G-Shock ever made, the DW5000C. Since the square lineup is very large, in fact I think it's the largest in the G-Shock world, this video will be divided in two parts. So next Sunday I will be uploading part 2. We'll start part 1 with the DW5600, which was introduced in 1996 and replaced the DW5600C that Keanu Reeves wore in the movie Speed. The positive change that the new version brought is the EL backlight instead of the incandescent light bulb on the side that the C version had. The module was also slightly changed, and it featured a 24-hour stopwatch, a 24-hour countdown timer, and an alarm, ditching the dual time and reminder function of the previous generation. The biggest change, however, was in the construction, as this model was the first square to feature a resin or plastic case with a steel backplate held in place by 4 little screws, replacing the stainless steel case of the C version. Almost all G-Shocks after it, even today, are made this way, except Frogman models, and certain variants of the squares we'll cover later in this video. Although the resin case, theoretically, brings even better shock resistance, one cannot shake off the feeling it was done to cut cost. Despite that, this cheap and simple model is one of the toughest G-Shocks out there, and is also one of the rare watches flight qualified by NASA. So if you can't afford an Omega Speedmaster, but want to wear an astronaut's watch, you can get one of these for only a fraction of the price Omega would charge you for a service of the Speedmaster. This model is also the one with the biggest amount of color options, variants, and collaborations, just like the basic DW6900. So again, everyone can find one that matches their taste and style. Next, we'll cover the G5600, which looks the same as the DW, but it has an added solar cell, making it self-charging, so you never need to change the battery. It also brought some additional features to the 5600 by adding a world time function and 5 alarms instead of 1. Also, the case has been changed. It's slightly shorter and slightly wider than the original DW model, making it look even better on a smaller wrist. This same case is used for the next two models we'll cover, the GWM5610 and GWS5600. Both of these share the same module, which is solar and atomic, adding self-adjusting to the self-charging of the G5600, while still keeping all the other functions: 5 alarms, world time, a 24-hour stopwatch, and a 24-hour countdown timer. The difference between the GWM5610 and the GWS5600 is that the S, which I personally own, was the first G-Shock to feature a carbon fiber reinforced strap. Casio also decided to make that model as light as possible, so all the metal parts, the caseback, buttons, buckle, screws holding the caseback, and even screws holding the bezel were made of titanium instead of stainless steel. Because of this, the weight dropped to 47 grams, making this the lightest G-Shock ever. This lightness, combined with one of the smallest G-Shock cases, makes this model disappear on your wrist. I also replaced the shiny carbon fiber strap that was a bit on the stiff side with a regular matte black one from the M model, and it looks stunning and wears incredibly comfortable, making this the most comfortable G-Shock I ever tried. I also did a detailed review of this model, so if you want to check that out, you can click on the link in the corner. Next, we move on to the 5000 models that are named as the original from 1983 because they share the same metal case construction with screwback design, named that way because they use a screw-in caseback rather than the already mentioned backplate held in place with 4 little screws. The first model we'll cover is the GW5000 that was once the most expensive square you could get. This was, and by many still is, considered the highest-end square, and one of the highest-end G-Shocks in general. It shares the same module and functionality as the previous two, but comes with a black DLC-coated stainless steel screwback case, giving it a premium feel. This feeling is further enhanced by the strap and bezel that are made out of slightly different resin that is softer and more supple than the one used on regular models. With its stealthy and self-restrained looks, this is a perfect high-end G-Shock for those who want to fly under the radar and don't want to attract attention. The next model we'll cover is the exact opposite. The GMW-B5000, that is the first square model to be made entirely out of metal, is shiny, loud, and in your face, especially the gold-plated version. This is the most expensive square you can get, that despite the hefty price tag of $500, seems to be sold out all the time. This model is solar, atomic, and Bluetooth enabled, making it one of the best modules ever put in a square G-Shock. Being a hybrid between a radio-controlled atomic watch and a Bluetooth one means it can collect time data from one of the 6 towers in the world, just like the GW5000, but it can also use your phone to adjust itself if you're out of the range of the towers. It also uses Bluetooth to simplify the setup of all the watch functions by using the phone app, and has some Bluetooth-specific functions, like the flight log function, where you can simply press a button on a watch and the phone will create a timestamp with your location. There's also a phone finder function and a reminder. Other regular G-Shock goodies are here too, so you get a 24-hour stopwatch, a 24-hour countdown timer, and 5 alarms. The most important thing about this model compared to other Bluetooth models is that this is solar, meaning it can charge itself, so you don't have to worry about battery life. These two are the only regular production screwback squares, but Casio does release limited runs of regular battery-operated screwbacks that use the same module used in the basic DW5600, but placed in a stainless steel case. These are called the DW5000, like the original from 1983, and are the closest thing you can get to that original. Since Casio releases them every 5 years, as a celebration of their anniversaries, they will sometimes have a name that is a combination of DW5000 and anniversary. So DW5025 issued at the 25th anniversary, or DW5030 issued for the 30th. Some of these can be had for pennies, as people mistake them for ordinary DW5600. I got my 25th anniversary DW5000SL, better known as Spike Lee, for about $60 at a local watch store. It is one of my favorite G-Shocks, and it has been with me for almost 10 years now, still running on its original battery. Since we touched on the Bluetooth models with the GMW-B5000, we'll cover other models as well. If you like the module in the GMW-B but think it's too expensive, or you simply don't like the all-metal construction, Casio just released the GW5600 a couple of days ago, which has all the same functions but in a regular resin body, with either a rubber or composite bracelet, bringing the price down significantly. I have already ordered one of these, so you can expect a review in the following weeks. Other Bluetooth models include the GB5600A, which was the first generation of Bluetooth watches that was able to show you notifications like incoming calls, emails, and text messages, and had the usual 24-hour stopwatch, timer, and 5 alarms. The second generation, GB5600B, added two-way communication, so you were able to map the buttons of the watch and use them to control the music player on your phone, while all the other functions stayed the same as on the GB5600A. Both these watches are regular battery-operated models that have a 2-year battery life, which makes the GW5600, which is self-charging, a better option, at least to me. Well, this completes this week's video, so stay tuned next Sunday when we'll cover the rest of the Square G-Shock family, including some oddballs and unique squares. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.